Hello, amazing learners. Welcome back to our English podcast. Are you ready to learn new expressions, idioms, and phrases? Are you ready to take your English to new heights? Let's dive into today's topic, and I'm sure that it will add a lot of information to your knowledge and it will take your English to a very new height. Let's cut it short and get into the topic, which is about choosing people who are going to travel with you. I know that it seems silly and it's okay to travel with anyone, but trust me, after today's session, you'll be very careful whom to choose to travel with you. Today we have two different stories about traveling with people. Let's know what is it about. The place is perfect, the weather is wonderful. But what's wrong? Let's see. Here we have Joe and his girlfriend. One day they wanted to travel to have fun. They spent some time together and they really want to spend time outside and to see different places, visit different countries, and take it out. So they intended to travel to have the summer vacation. They traveled and surprise, surprise, it wasn't that much good. They realized that they didn't really know themselves really well. What happened? They went to Thailand for 2 weeks. His girlfriend is called Maya. The vacation began well and everything was good. And they spent 2 days in Bangkok and they saw a lot of places, markets, and different things. But the going gets tough. The going gets tough when Joe decided to stay in a simple accommodation. But Mia refused to go with him. She wanted to stay in a very expensive hotel. And all she did is shopping. She spent a lot of money on shopping. Joe realized that he didn't know her well. He wanted to experience the local atmosphere, visit natural places, but Maya just wanted to go shopping. He thought he will enjoy the journey with Maya, but you don't know a person until you travel with him. The journey was just awful. They argued a lot, they didn't agree to anything. And to add insult to injury, she did something really frustrating to Joe, which is flirting with one of the boys who traveled with them in the same journey. That was really bad. Joe was disappointed about what happened. She was someone else he didn't know before. So it was the end of everything. He couldn't stand more. When they got back from the journey, they decided to break up. Although he took hundreds of photos, he was really sad and he didn't show the photos to anyone because he was really sad about what happened. So you don't know a person until you travel with him or her. That's true. Moving to our next story about Laura and her friends. Laura and her best friend Elizabeth decided to spend the summer vacation in Costa Rica. It's a very beautiful place and they can do a lot of beautiful things there. And it will be amazing. But in the last minute, one of their friends called Linda called them and she asked if she could come with them. They couldn't refuse because they knew her circumstances. They felt sorry for her because she had some problems with her boyfriend. So they agreed that she can go with them. Everything was good in the beginning. When they reached to their destination, Costa Rica, everything was magical. Costa Rica is a very beautiful place. They found a lot of beautiful things to do, and the food was delicious and everything is great there. They're not poor. They are okay, so they don't care about the prices of things. They just want to have fun and spend some time. Although the weather was perfect and Costa Rica is a magical place, but the journey turns to be a disaster. Why did it turn to be a disaster? One reason for that Linda was so cheap. She didn't want to pay for anything. Although they paid for the rent and she didn't share them, she neither brought anything to them, like snacks, food, and anything they needed. When they went to restaurants, they had different types of food, but she chose to eat cheap meals. She didn't want to pay for anything. And also when they went sightseeing, she refused to go on any cruises. She didn't want to enjoy any activity. It was a plan. They decided to go to Costa Rica to do some activities and enjoy their time, but Linda refused to do anything because they cost money. Of course they cost money. That's why we're here. We want to have some amazing time and we can enjoy doing some amazing activities. But she always argued, of course, about the price. So Laura and her best friend Isabel went to do any nature activities, but they were a little bit sad because they argued a lot with her. When they went on a zip lining tour, she complained a lot that it was too expensive. When they went to have lunch or dinner, she always wanted to go to cheap restaurants. Sometimes she bought some sandwiches and she took them at home. She didn't want to be hungry at home. One night, Laura invited her and her best friend Isabel on her birthday. But surprise, what happened? She chose the most expensive things on the menu. The journey turned to be a disaster because of one person. Of course, choosing the person who's traveling with you is really important because your journey can be amazing or can be really disappointing. So Laura told her friend Isabel, I'd love to go back to Costa Rica again with you, but without Linda. It's impossible to take her again with us. That's it. We learned a lot of new vocabulary words and expressions, and I want to recap some of them right away with you. First word is atmosphere. Atmosphere is the vibes, the weather, the conditions you stay in, whether it's good or bad. So you can say it was a really bad atmosphere or really good atmosphere. Second word, flirting. When you flirt someone, you try to please him or her by saying nice words. View. It's the place you look at from the balcony. It's the place in front of your hotel room, in front of your home or house. Feel sorry for someone. When you feel sorry for someone, you feel sad for him or her. Disaster. Disaster is like a natural disaster like earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, floods, droughts, and so on. But when we use this word to describe a situation, we mean that the situation is really terrible or horrible. Breakup. When a boyfriend and his girlfriend break up, they leave each other. They no longer stay in the relationship. That's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this lesson, and I really want you to tell us about your experience. What about discussing a journey you had and it was horrible because some people you took with you? What about that? If you had this experience, don't miss the boat and try to express it out loud. If you reached here, you are amazing. You're moving faster and faster, and you're developing your English and take it to new heights. Keep that great work up. And that's it for today. If you'd like to help us to continue posting more podcasts, feel free to leave us a comment and your thumbs up. Until we see you next time, goodbye.